Good morning, everyone. It's October 29th. We got the morning market rundown. Let's talk about this mapped out scenario, key levels, and some potential scenarios for today. So we'll start off with the daily time frame. Just a quick touch up that we talked about in yesterday's video, that we have this VWAP from this barcode range on the gap up here on September 19th. And we have seen that recent pullback to that level, and our year-to-date VWAP has been acting as a level of resistance here in this 484 level, 584 level. So that brings us up to this 30-minute time frame and this mapped out scenario from yesterday. So we can see here that we're looking to see this 2-day VWAP become support, and it got in this area. It got back above VWAP, okay, and it failed. So if we take this here, this would have kept you safe. If you look to get the bounce here, you could have took it off the 2-day VWAP on the break of this neckline. However, this is not chasing the gap, waiting for VWAP, and then ended up failing because your stop would have been underneath this 2-day VWAP, and we got stopped out, right? Then the daily VWAP, we could see this anticipated line right here, had just acted as resistance. So we'll see today if this VWAP is going to be, if we could rally back above this 3-day VWAP and 2-day VWAP, maybe we can get this potential scenario to play out today. And if we get a quick rally, let's check out this data here. So if we get a quick rally right out the gate, the 5-day moving average is going to start to add this data. And if we rally above this 581, it'll be adding data above this area here over today, through today. So this 5-day moving average could have the potential to start to rise, right? If we start trading above this 582 area. If we don't break the 582, the 5-day moving average will continue to flatten out, and perhaps maybe we get a little shakeout back down into this 578 area, 578 area for today and tomorrow, and then rally back above, and we could get rid of all this data for Wednesday and Thursday. So come Wednesday and Thursday, we're up here, and the 5-day moving average is already rising. So that's a potential scenario I'm looking at for today. And so we talked about key levels here is if we do start to break 580, monitor a decline down into this 578, 579.14 area, and 578, 577. So we have some key levels underneath us, 579, 577, 576. We can see is our month-to-date VWAP, and acted as support, and was acting as resistance in the beginning of the month, and we've been trading above ever since. So we talked about some key levels below. We mapped out the scenario for the long that we're basically looking to get this 581 area to start to become support, 582. So then we have rally here. We have this nice base underneath 580, and that could fuel us up into this 584 area and 586. And that will get us 586 back into that previous high, and maybe a rally back up to that 600 eventually through the next couple weeks. So we'll go into the QQQ. We have the daily time frame we talked about yesterday. Same concept with that gap up on the 19th. Rallied, holding the 20-day moving average, holding that VWAP, closing at it, and we've been trading up since. So we have the mapped out scenario that completely failed here, right? So we're looking more like it could be potentially getting this situation starting to play out into this key level 494. Okay. this 5-day moving average is going to continue to flatten out, to rise, as long as we continue to hold today's price. And then Wednesday, we'll start to trade here. So if Wednesday we're here, the 5-day moving average will start to flatten out even faster and decline. So what we're looking for here today is, so we see that Friday's VWAP, which will be our 3-day VWAP, is acting as resistance. All right. And our daily VWAP is acting as resistance from yesterday. So we'll see if we could rally back up into this 498 area, start to reclaim that 3-day and 2-day VWAP, get back above the daily VWAP, and then that could give us evidence to push back up into 500 and 502 area. So 500 and 502. 502 is near the all-time high on the NASDAQ. So those are the key areas we're looking here. You can see same concept. This got back above the VWAP here. Okay. We could have looked to set something up in this area. As it gets back above the daily VWAP, right? And if you're day trading this aggressively or looking to hold it, that could be your stop. Keeps you protected, and look for the next opportunity. Let's talk about the IWM, because that one did show relative strength yesterday. So we'll dive into this IWM, which I played and traded actively. So we have the IWM. It's been a little bit of a mess with all these gaps, right? But recently we have this VWAP from the previous high that it's been failing from every single time here. So we pulled back to that 50-day moving average, and we rallied right into this VWAP from the previous high. So we could see here on the intermediate time frame that that's that VWAP from the previous high. We'll adjust it right here. Get it there. And we could see here that we gapped up above the 5-day moving average, right? 5-day moving average now flattening out, because as we rallied up yesterday, this was Monday's data, and we added equal data. So it helped us start to flatten out. With our month-to-date VWAP was acting as resistance, right? And we gapped up above that month-to-date VWAP, 5-day moving average, and the 2-day VWAP rallied right near that VWAP from the previous high. We're able to close above it, and now we're trading underneath it. So we stick it to this 2-minute time frame, and we could see here that this gave you potential opportunities here yesterday. So if you got involved here with this VWAP and stops at that low a day, and we have that entry there. If you miss the VWAP entry there, participate up in. You could participate on the break back above VWAP here. If you missed that one, got back above the VWAP shorts, got shorts excited. It's a profit taking. VWAP continuation back into the previous high, pulls back in again, and then you got VWAP, another VWAP play here, and just aggressively day trading. Here's your level of resistance the whole time. So we'll see if this wants to pull back a little bit deeper. Tag this 3-day VWAP, month-to-date VWAP, 5-day moving average, which may undercut some of these stops in this area right here, and then start to get back above that 3-day and 2-day VWAP, and then set some type of play up here, and then rally up and fuel a new push back up for the break of that 223, and get some continuation back into 225 area.